Okay, let's go.
So this is the pop quiz. First pop quiz I gave you on functions. So if
Mm-hmm.
you see here, right, there is two sets, two circles. So this is what you call a set. This they gave in the question is set P and set Q. So the elements they gave you is -1, 0, 1, 2. And on the right hand side, 0, 1, 6, 116. So the basic concept is always on the left hand side, it will be the object. And on the right hand side, it will be the image. So this is the first thing you need to know before you answer the question, especially this B1 and B2. You need to know which one you have to match with what. So yeah. So let me see anything else. Okay, we go quite straight to the question. So first question, they say state the range of relation. So if they say range of relation, you have to refer to this right hand side. There are five things actually. First one is domain. Next is object. Next here is image. Here can be codomain. And here is range. So anything on the left hand side will be either domain or object. And on the right hand side, it will be image, codomain, and range. So these are the things you need to remember. It's a fact. It's a fact. That's why this state. So if state means is you don't need any calculation. You don't need to show anything. It's just directly see the diagram and answer. So they say range of relation. So there's a fixed format of answering range. So range means we refer here, right? So we will actually use this curly bracket. You cannot just list down 1, 0, 116 like inside here like this. You have to put this curly bracket thing. Then only you will get the 1 mark. Because as a keyword life is 1 mark, just like a fact. And the second one is this one a lot of people confuse the type of relation. So it's actually 4 types. After this question, I will show the difference of all the 4. So in this case, you see, right, you have to see the arrows. The key is the arrows here. So you see at this left hand side, all is one arrow coming out from one dot. But then when you see here this dot, there is 2 arrows coming. So if we want to describe it, there are many arrows going to one dot. That's why that's the name of the relation, based on this side here, these 2 arrows, many arrows going to one specific dot. That's why the relation comes many to one relation. The other 2 we don't need to tell. 1 to 1, if you want to say it's a 1 to 1 relation, all the dots must be like 1 to 1. Cannot have this thing here. Then it will be 1 to 1. So in many to 1, you have to notice this pattern. The 2 arrows converging at one point. So when you write this thing, you have to put a dash in between. Just be careful. This one must be accurate. And then for the B1, so this one actually we call it function notation, how they write it. So function notation is actually DM is tanda fungsi, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So that's how you translate. So if you want to convert this to an equation form with a equation means there's an equals. So fx equal to 9x minus 2. Actually, in this case, you don't need to what? Let me see. We have to stop. So they say image of 4. So now sometimes people will think which one is the object, which is the image. So you have to split here before the word of. They say the image of 4 means 4 automatically come the object because they ask the image. So don't get confused here. So they say image of 4, 4 is object. Object, you'll use x. So that's why we will put f bracket 4, 9 bracket 4. So if you put bracket 4 here, bracket 4. So here, so you in the end get 30. So yeah, that's the answer. 1 mark also. And then for B2, they say object of 16. In 16 will come the image. And then here they ask the object. That's the question. So fx equals 9x minus 2. So they say 16 is the image, means if object, they want to find object, means we find the x value. So you get 9x minus 2, then you shift here and shift there. 18 equals 9x, and x is equal to 2. And it's actually, you can see directly from this diagram. You see object of 16, 16 matches to 2. This is image, this is object. So actually, you don't need the calculation. So directly straight, you can see here. That's why they say here is to the power of 4. Means like see -1, power 4, you will get 1. 0 power 4, you get 0. 1 power 4, you still get 1. 2 power 4, you get 16. That's why the relation here is to the power of 4. Okay, so x is, and then let me see. Yeah, last one is the f square. The f square is actually composite function already. So f square, we will break it to ffx. So you plug in the fx function, which is 9x minus 2. And then we do it the second time. So 9, then the x we will replace with the 9x minus 2. Then you have to minus 2 again according to the function. So then you expand 81x minus 18 minus 2. You'll get 81x minus 10. That is the final answer. So how you get the marks is, this one direct 1 mark, whether correct or not you write. This one also direct 1 mark. And then this one also direct 1 mark, direct 1 mark. And then this one you have to show this working, because this is 2 marks. You show you put the 9x minus 2 inside here, and then your final answer. This will come 2 marks. Others all is one each. So this can come out in your paper 1. This might be your first question because the first chapter. So the basic. Okay.
Okay.
Now I'll explain the different type law function, then you'll understand better. Okay. Actually, this one you already learned in the lower form, the type of relations. It's one of the chapters there. But when they say function, it's actually referring to only 2 of it. We tell the word function. It's either going to be 1-to-1 or many-to-1. This is the thing we learn. 2-1. So make sure at the end here, the word they use is 1. But if many-to-many or 1-to-many won't be a function already. It has to end at 1. So that's why it's a function. Divide into 4. So now we identify which one, all the 4 types of functions based on this arrow diagram. It's random. 3, 5, 8, 9. Dot, 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 dot. So let's say I want to match this function here, 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 and here. This is the first example. Now you tell me this one first. This one, what function would it be?
Many-to-1.
Wait, let me see. Many.
Eh?
Wait.
1-to-many.
Yeah, correct. 1-to-many. Because this arrow, one of it goes to many. As long as you see 2 arrows coming out of one on the left hand side, it will be 1-to-many. That's the first type. And then the second type, let's see. IA 6327. It's going to be quite easy. Let's say for this, the arrows goes like this, like this, like this, like this. Okay, so what relation?
1-to-1.
Okay, good. 1-to-1. So there's the second type. And then the third type. 0, 1, 2, 5, 7, 16. Match this here. Match this here. Match this here. Match this here. Okay, this one will be what? Careful.
Many-to-1.
Be carefully.
Yeah.
Because got the arrow coming up here and here. So
Many-to-many.
yeah, correct. So many-to-many actually is a combination of many-to-1 and 1-to-many. So the 1-to-many part here is this one. One arrow coming to many, and here there's a many-to-1. So that's how you get this combination, many to many. Then the other one would be obvious. 1, 5, 6, 2, 4, 8. 1, 1. Many to one. Like this. This, like this. So this will be many to one because many arrows going to one dot. So this is actually the 4 types. Usually, in NMAX, they will use this arrow diagram to show you. Or sometimes in lower form, they actually use the graph. They will put random points on like a Cartesian plane. Then you have to identify the coordinates. So your x coordinate will be your object. Y coordinate will be your image. So then you draw out this diagram again. Then you can determine the function. That's an extra step. But usually you'll be direct like this. The question. Just identify like that. Okay, so this one's done. So do you remember how we know whether it's a function or not? How to determine something is a function? We will use a test.
Test.
What test will it be?
I don't know.
Yeah, I share to you. So usually, if you want to know it's a function, let's say I just draw randomly a y-axis and an x-axis, two separate things. So let's say I have this one, and then one more. I have like this 0, 0. Okay, so what we are going to do to determine whether which one is a function is we will perform the vertical line test. So I think as the name suggests, you will know already what to do. Means you test this graph with a vertical line, means you just draw a dotted line like this. So you see this line intersects the graph at one point, right?
Yeah.
So this will be a function, this is a function. That's how you see it. This one, if you draw the line, how many points it intersect?
2.
Yeah. So is it a function?
No.
Yeah. So this is how you differentiate. That's why this one is called linear function. We don't call it not a function. That's why it's a function because it intersects one point. Even like let's say quadratic. Quadratic, you put vertical line, it intersects at one point, so it's a quadratic function. That's why we call it. You put the word function at the back because of this one. And then also remember cubic, right? We do a cubic curve like this. Put vertical line, 1 point function also, cubic function. That's how it comes. Yeah. So chapter 1, I won't go into that detail first because that one will take longer time. So we'll go to chapter 3 first, and just based on that question. So now this is done. Okay, let me see. One more thing. If they give how to read a function notation. Okay, so function notation can come like this. They'll give f dot dot x go to 9x minus 2. So actually what they are telling is here, you want to write it in sentence form. Usually we'll just tell when we pronounce fx equals 9x minus 2, but the proper way is function f maps x to 9x minus 2. So this is how you read it based on this. So maps x will be the object and 9x minus 2 will be the image. Always we will map the object to the image. So this is how you read it. So this one another example. So how will you read this?
Function f maps x to what's it?
X square.
X square.
Yeah, so that's how you read it. So they can change that. Doesn't mean always the function will be f. It can be g. It can be h. This is just random letters they put to represent the function But usually this side will be x equals to something. So yeah, that's the basic. That's what the whole quiz is all about. No? So now we can go to the question, the chapter 3 one in the module. I think that one you can base on your file, the one I sent you for chapter 3.
Which one?
The what? The SPA module, that one I sent you earlier, the PDF form.
The
Let me see. Chapter 3.
that one.
You found now?
Yeah.
That one lah, advanced SPA module bahasa 2, that one.
Question 16.
Yeah, the hardest one lah, 16. That's the
Okay.
hardest for the whole chapter. More like application lah, I'll say. So let me see how to do this. Actually, this one combines a lot of basic formulas you learn in your lower maths, like the length of arc formula, area of sector formula, all that. Yeah. So you can actually apply that here. That's why you can use your modern maths formula in high maths, but not the other way around. So that's the thing. So they say, I just draw it. So it's something like this. I'm going to go here. So this is a semicircle garden here, and this is the grassy area.
Mm-hmm.
A, B, C, D, E. So this semicircular pond is built at one end, remaining it is DC is 12 y meter. So always when the question give you info, you put it inside that you won't miss out. And then CB is 14x. And this is an important condition. They always give this for a reason, x is not equal to y. So later when you factorize your quadratic equation, right, usually you get two values. So after you find x and y, you will get like two possible solutions, like x comma y and x comma y.
Oh.
So one pair of it you have to reject because of this condition, means x cannot have the same value as y. So you have to accept the other pair. So that's what you should expect from this question. So they said the area is 672. And this is how you form your equations. Area A, B, C, D, 672 meters square. So these two we times because length is here, and then the width is over here. So 12y 14x equals 672. So can you expand this?
Expand it. Divide by 2.
No need, just straight away. 12y times 14x. How you expand?
$14x.
You can multiply the number and number. 12 and 14 you multiply. That's how you do it. So you get 168xy. Even different variable you can multiply. Doesn't mean it has to be like x and x, because this two is number and this two is variable. So it's separated. You separate the number one side, then you times the two variables. So that's how you expand it to this. 168xy equals 672. So from there, you can actually bring the 168 over there, right? Because it's times here. So you can divide by 168 over here. So you'll get xy is 4. So that is the first equation. That's how you form it. And then, of course, you need your second equation. So they said the length of the grass, the perimeter is 120. So let me see. So this one we need this info. Because they ask say perimeter of grassy area, right? So can you tell me the root, how you get the perimeter of the grassy area by using the alphabet?
14x square
14x then?
plus with 12y.
Yes. Okay. Then?
Plus 14x again.
This one you cannot go here because here is already not the grassy area. This is the pond, this semicircle thing. So that's why we actually apply the lower maths formula to find this length of arc. This is called a length of arc. This curve shape. We cannot find directly from here. But then this one we can go back, lah. Then you complete the perimeter like this, like this, like this, like this. That's how you form it. So here, if you notice right here is 14x meter. So the radius will be 7x. So you know how to find the radius, right?
Hmm?
The radius. This one here, 14x rectangle here will be 14x also, right?
Yeah.
So if radius, how much will it be?
Radius. Wait, not sure.
So if you see, right, radius must have equal length, right? Both sides. It's semicircle. Let's say like this semicircle. Then this the center. This is like the radius, right? X and X. So radius means it will spin equally on all direction. Means wherever here, all will be X because it goes like one round, like the clock. Clock every needle. If you measure like whatever time, also that pointer same radius. What? That's the concept.
So it's 17. 7.
Yeah, correct. So 7x. So that's how you will use this formula. So if you learn this in lower form, length of arc. Right, let me think if there's an easier way. That one you must use radian mode lah. That what S equals R theta radian. So that one I don't want because we need to convert. You have to find the angle here, then we convert it to radian. So that will be longer. So this formula is length of arc over 2 pi r is theta over 360. So that's the formula. So we start. No? So length of arc, we keep it unknown, no? Because we want to find that one. And then pi, let me see. The question say use pi equals what? Got. So if they say by using pi equals 22 over 7, then you have to use this. No other choice. And then radius, we said 7x. So what will be the theta here? The value of the angle.
There's no angle.
God, actually. If there's a semicircle like this, what is the angle?
90 degree.
Times 2.
Oh.
This angle.
Oh, 180.
180, right?
Yeah.
Because semicircle, semi means half of the full circle, which is 360. So you divide like this. So 180 and 360, you can simplify 1 over 2. And then you take these 2, you times with the length of arc. Cross multiply. 2 times length of arc is equal, you times all this. 44 over 7, 7x. So you'll eventually get 44x. So your length of arc, you actually found that it is 22x. Yeah? So then you can apply the info in the question here, the perimeter they gave. Then only you can use the 120 equals to that. So your root was like this, right? So you say 14x plus with the 12y plus with the 22x plus with the 14x 12y, then y again equals to 120. This is your second equation. So you should expect in this question that you should get equation with 2 variables. Then only you can solve respectively for each other. So understand this?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see how it comes out in the end. What method you think you want to use here?
This one.
Method of the simultaneous equation.
Elimination.
Okay, wait now, let me see what I did. Okay, for me, I did substitution. So let me see if elimination can or not. Yeah, can also. So let me try your method. Let's see. So just now the first equation we got was xy is 4. And the second equation you got, you plus all that, 22x plus 14x, 36x plus 24y is 120. So from here, you can actually simplify it because you can divide it by 12. So 3x plus 2y is 60. So wait, no. I don't think elimination can here because you know why?
Why?
Because there's a plus here and here there's is times. So we cannot like eliminate either variable. Here is xy is 4. We don't have a plus symbol here. Here only got plus. So no choice, you have to use substitution. Because
Okay.
if you times this whole thing, you will get 3xy is 4. And then we still cannot eliminate anyway because of this plus sign. So both equation must have plus, then only you can use your method. That's why I use the substitution one. So let me see. So which equation you want to choose? Which one you want to express?
First one.
Okay, that's all I did also. So you want to express y or x?
X.
Okay, so x is 4 over y. And then we will sub this inside second equation. Don't subtract the first one, you won't get anything. So here they say x is 4 over y, right? So we put 4 over y inside here, plus 2y equals to 60. So you have to simplify this, and then you'll form the quadratic. 12 over y plus 2y is 60. So this part here, right? What can you do to make it quadratic?
Times y.
Times the whole equation by y, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So y and y you eliminate. 12 plus 2y squared is 60y. So we shift here. 2y squared minus 60y plus 12 is 0. And then what is the thing we can divide the whole equation with?
By 2.
Yeah, good. So y squared minus 30y plus 6 equals 0. Wait, how do we solve this? 3, 4 over y. Oh, wait, this is not 60, this is 10. Mistake. Divide 12 is 10. So here is 10. Here is 10. And then here is 10y. Now can minus 10y. So it will be minus 5y. Now we can solve the quadratic. So if you make two brackets, y. So what is the number you think you can combine to get this quadratic? Means what times what you get 6?
3 times 3. 3 times 2.
Yeah, okay. So 3 and 2. So this one will be minus or plus this side?
That one. Minus.
Yeah, correct. This side?
Plus.
See carefully.
Minus 2.
Yeah, minus also. Because you see your result is negative 5y. So you have to take minus 3y minus 2y. Then only you can get minus 5y. Then minus you get plus 6. Makes sense. So then you make your conclusion. Y minus 2 equals 0 or y minus 3 equals 0. Y is 2 or y is 3. So at this point of time, don't reject any answer yet. Because both also is positive. We don't know which one you want to reject yet. So we do trial and error. We want to sub y equals 2 in 1. 1 is easy to substitute one because it's like only. So let me see. X bracket 2 equals 4. Straight you see x is 2. The condition comes. X cannot equal to y. So what will you do to this y equals to 2?
Cancel it.
Yeah, rejected. You write down here. So we will choose y equals to 3 and sub. Sub y equal 3 in 1. So we will get x bracket 3 equals 4. X is 4 over 3. Yeah, this satisfies because it's a different number. X is not equal to y. So after that, we will substitute x equals 4 over 3 into the radius of the pond. So radius of the pond just now we got for 7x, right?
Yeah.
So 7x, 7 bracket 4 over 3. X is 4 over 3. So we will get 28 over 3 meter. And then the question finally asked, what is the depth? So actually quite difficult, right? You want to think of an idea how to find the depth of that pond when it's just a 2D diagram, like a semicircle thing. So what you can actually do is, if you realize how to find depth, a simple way, volume over surface area is depth. This is the formula I'm using.
Mm.
Because you know why? Volume is meter cube, right?
Yeah.
And surface area is meter square, right? If
Mm-hmm.
we solve this m cube over m square, we get m, right? Because m power 3 minus 2, we'll get m power 1, which is m.
Yeah.
So meter is actually the unit of depth. So this is why I use this formula. So it's very fast. We can find the depth from here. So yeah.
Okay.
If you want to find the surface area of that semicircle, what's the formula?
Semicircle
Yeah.
is
How we want to derive the formula? Just imagine a circle.
circle.
What is the circle formula?
360
No, formula, not angle.
formula. You don't know.
Pi r square. So if I give you this info, so semicircle, how will you modify this pi r square?
1/2 pi r square.
Yeah, very good. So always remember your basic formula, because without this you cannot go to semicircle. So it's 1/2 pi r square. So what we did was volume over surface area is that. So let me see that. Volume we already, the question gave, right? 61.6. So we use that. Over half pi, we put 22/7. And then the radius we found earlier was 28/3 after we sub our x value. Remember square, this part, square the radius. So finally you will get 61.6 meter cube. This one you cut over 11. And then you will get 1232/9. And make it in fraction, this whole thing you times in calculator. So it's 61.6. This one, what you do if you want to times? How you will write?
Times it.
How will you times 1232/9 or 9/1232?
The 9
9 over
over
1232.
yeah.
Yeah, because reciprocal. When you bring this up, you must switch this thing. So then we finally get your answer the answer is 0.45 meter. So not so difficult. Just remember the formula of the surface area, you already get your answer. So that is how you solve. Quite long, right? So
Yeah.
must the thought process must be there, then we can solve. Because like from you're actually applying your simultaneous concept and then this concept also. You have to have two concepts to question. Then only you can solve. Okay? To understand, no?
Yes.
Okay. So now let me see. I think the linear law basics I won't do today because Ishan can't make it, so I don't want to do that without him. So I'll give you a question to do on this chapter 3 thing. Let's see whether you can solve or not. Let me see. This one only. I'll take it for our exam paper. Application also. Recent exam one.
Okay.
So the question is like this. a piece of wire length ATCM. So if you see straight away length ATCM, what is the info they are trying to tell you? What's the physical quantity?
Physical.
Is this representing perimeter or area? Length ATCM.
Perimeter.
Yeah, because area will be cm square. So this is how you have to interpret the question directly when they say length ATCM, that is the perimeter. Then only you can form your equations. It's cut and bent to form two squares. Square, so you have to have the concept. Squares, all the sides are equal. So that's how your variable come. And they gave already you, they assume that the sides is xcm and ycm. So one of the squares, all the side is x, then one of the square, all the side is y. So given that total area of square is 202. So what you understand from given the total area of square is 202?
To both square.
Okay, let me see. What you say?
The both square is 2
Yeah,
or 2.
so it means you'll do length times width plus with another square length times width, right?
Yeah.
So you can actually visualize this. You just draw two squares, and then this plus this gets your ATCM. So you're using your ATCM to form these two squares, left and right. So one square they say is x. If this side is x, what's the other side?
All x.
Yeah, correct. So x, and then the other square besides y, all is y. So how will you form your first equation?
4x plus 4y equals 80.
Yeah, very good. So that's the concept of perimeter. This is your first equation. So if you simplify this, what you get?
Simplify.
What will you divide the whole equation with?
Divide with 4.
Yeah, so you get
X plus y equals to
20, right?
yeah.
Okay, so this is your first equation. And then your second equation, how you form your area? Your equation.
X square. X square plus y square
Yeah, equals
to 200. 202.
202. Yeah. So that's your second equation. Okay, so now can you use elimination method here?
Yes.
Okay, let me see. You sure can now? See the equation carefully.
Yeah, because it's all plus.
Yeah, but one more thing I forgot to tell. This one, in this case, you see, right, because it's square, right, and one is x. So you actually cannot eliminate a common term because you see, means if you want to eliminate here, you have to square the whole equation, which is going to come more complex. You square this. Wait, let me think how it comes. X squared plus 2xy plus y squared. It's going to make you more difficult. Then only you can eliminate x and x squared. So very difficult, cannot. So what I will suggest is
Substitution.
this one we don't use elimination. This is the concept here. So usually try first method, try using substitution because substitution can apply to anything no matter what. So first when you see a simultaneous equation topic in your exam, first thing of substitution, then of your elimination. Okay.
Okay.
So these are two examples where you cannot use elimination. So let me see. So from there we want to proceed substitution. So which equation you want to choose to express? You want to express equation 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. Wait, if you express equation 2, right? This one more concept. This one, first equation, is it linear or non-linear? The x plus y equals 20.
Not linear.
Carefully, x plus y is 20.
Oh, it's not linear.
Yeah, because
There's no power.
yeah, correct, means power 1 lah. So then the other equation, is this linear or non-linear?
Non-linear.
Yeah. So basically, right, you can actually go from non-linear to linear. It's not wrong. But if you see, right, you want to use substitution, you express either one, you need to square root it. Then only you can substitute inside here.
Oh,
So that's the more difficult part. No? So that's why they always advise to go from linear, you substitute into non-linear because of the power 1. So that is how you do it.
okay.
Because we need to solve this question fast one. Because other way can be done, but it will take long time. It's not that it cannot be done. So let's say you want to choose x or y to express.
X.
Huh?
X.
Okay. So x equals 20 minus y. So you'll sub inside 2. This you label 3. You always label when you express something, put a new number here. And then you'll put sub 3 into. So what you will get is that you already notice the pattern, you see? Square, square means you already know you're forming something with quadratic again. So always you will see your simultaneous, in the end you have to apply your factorizing quadratic. The common trend of the question. So this one I don't want you to expand like this. If you can see directly, try doing it directly. Usually 20 minus y, they separate into 2 brackets, right? Like this.
Yeah.
Here, 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 right? So I want you to see directly, if can, don't write another line, it'll waste you more time. So 20 square, you do like this. 20 square, you get 400, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, then let me see.
20 times y times 2.
So you see y times 2, you get 2y, then 40y times 20 again. So you minus 40y. Then you plus your y square here.
Okay.
So that is the trend. So yeah. But if you want to write this line, it's okay as long as it avoids you a careless mistake. Then you plus y square again equals 202. So then you make it your quadratic form, general form of quadratic. So you will get shift the 202 this side minus 198 equals 0. So what do you want to divide with this whole equation?
2.
Okay. So y square minus 20y plus 99 is 0. Okay, so now we factorize. Try forming the whole, what you want to put in this bracket?
Y.
Plus or minus?
Plus.
See carefully. Minus 21. Minus what number? What can give you 99? Always think the multiples that can give you 99. I mean factors, not multiples. Factors of 99. $11, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 11 and 9. Because you notice when you put 11y and 9y, you can get 20 back. So that's the combination you have to think of. But if you cannot think mentally, use your calculator. You know, right? How to solve quadratic equation calculator.
Yeah.
The mode function, then the variables, I'll just key in your ABC values. No? Then you must still write this step. After you get your value, y value, you write this step. You think of the possible combination that can give you your final answer, y is 11 or y is 9. So you have to write this step also. Don't miss this. Okay?
Okay.
So now we test y is 11 and y is 9. So what the question asked actually? find the values of x and y. Okay, so this general nothing to consider. So you sub y is 11 into, so you have to sub into 1, 2, or 3.
Sub into 1.
Okay, yeah, good choice. Because x is power 1 only, it's easy to solve. So you get x is 9. That's the first combo. And then you consider the second one also. Y is 9 into 1. So you get x plus 9 is 20. X is 11. So don't just hang your answer here. Make sure you leave a conclusion. When x equals to 9, that when x equals to 9, y will equal to what?
11.
Yeah, correct. And then you terbalik loh. When x is 11, y is 9. And it makes sense because it's a square, so they can form both combinations. Wait, plug the battery. Might not be able to see the board, but I'll send you the picture.
Okay.
So yeah, so why I say y is 11 or y is 9 because there is two possible combos that you can form. Because it's square, so any side also can. So it can be like, let's say here is 11, here would be 9. Because it's random square one. So if I want to put another 7, as long as the total is you get 80. So that's two conditions. Okay, so that is your hardest question. So let me snap. Okay. So let me see. This one. Can you try doing number 11? That module down the PDF I send you.
11.
Yeah. Can understand the question first. Try understanding.
Okay. What is locus?
Locus is actually like a circle. Like, let me see how to tell it. Okay. Let's say I give a point P, and then I give another point here. So like this, we move in a circle like that. This is a locus. Put the center point here, then you go in circle like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Usually they ask to find equation of locus, right? In fact, you see in coordinate geometry, they ask you to find equation of locus of a moving point. Means you actually compare this point to a center here. So they want to find this equation by the circle. Basically, you'll get a circle equation. The final answer. That'll be x squared plus y squared minus 6x minus 13y plus 8 equals 0, like that. That's the general form. So yeah, that's locus.
Okay.
So now you can solve, I think. Remember to give in coordinate form. After you do this question, chapter 3 you officially done already.
Hmm.
Because I think you're quite strong at it also. You know how to do it. This one is actually even easier because they already gave you the equation directly. You just apply the appropriate
Yeah.
solving equation method to find your answer. So this question I'll try doing carefully because you see it's 7 marks. Just like that, you already get 7 marks. So yeah, this question must score full marks. Do you like the solution of triangles chapter?
Yeah, I like that one.
Okay, good. Because that is our next chapter.
Okay.
This one will you use elimination or substitution?
So substitution.
Yeah, correct. Because you see the power 2 there, so you cannot
Yeah.
use the elimination. Try to be careful when expanding this one because it will come like a very long equation, this one. Because there's two times either way, so you still have to substitute 2 times even if you choose x or y. Later I'll give you what exercise to do on the chapter 3 so that you just make sure you maintain the concept same thing but easier question these two. Just 2 questions on chapter 3.
Okay.
And then also try continue your price indexing, because the one you need to get like the highest mark possible for your trials. Do more exercises on the price index. So Adi, what step you are now? The question.
The long one.
Expanding.
Yeah.
Try improving the speed also as you go.
Okay.
Once you get your x values, you tell me, Adi. Because the y value is just you sub back only, so no one you need to do. You getting your y value first or x value first?
X value first.
Okay.
Is this correct? This one.
What equation? Yeah.
So
13 square. You sure it's 13? No?
yeah.
The 99 part is correct. And then the 66 part will be correct, Adi. Only the 13 part, it should be 33.
5x squared minus 4x squared plus 2x squared. Plus 12.
Wait, let me see whether I compare correctly. No, move a bit to the right.
Right.
Okay. Minus 27x plus 12x squared. It should be somewhere in the plusing. The expansion you did correctly. The quadratic one.
Yeah, I think so.
That one is 16x squared, I think. You put minus 4x squared.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the difference. There's a 12 difference then. I think the one you did the fast method, I think you expand directly from this thing. Next time you try separating line to the two brackets will be easier. After this, continue trying your chapter 3 also in the module, all the questions. And then send to me if you want to check. You already got the 33x square.
Need to
Now beside the x square is what?
nothing.
Hey, wait. It is plus 16x square, not minus 16x square.
This one 5 minus.
Must plus.
Hmm.
The 16x square should be plus.
That's
Because
seven.
it's negative, negative.
Oh,
Must not see directly. If you see directly, you might there's a high tendency to go wrong unless you are used to it.
so it's negative 4 square.
Remember, you also have a 12x square at the back there. So you need to plus that also in the end.
So it's 5. 33x square.
Yeah.
Oh,
Then minus.
99x
Yeah.
plus 66.
Yeah, that's correct, Pradeep. So I think you don't need to do it. I'll show on the board. So that's if you get that, then after that is all your basic factorization already. Let me see. Okay, so your equations that were given were 5x squared plus y squared minus 3xy equals 15. This is your first equation. And then it is 4x plus y equals to 9. So this one you won't get marks, right? If you write these two equations because it's already given the question. So yeah. So now we will do form 2. Always give this kind of guide to the examiner from which equation you're taking from. So you will take from y equals 9 minus 4x. This is the third. This is where your first mark comes from. And you can form this A1. So, and then you'll use your substitution sub 3 into 2. Okay, 2 plus 1. So 5 5x squared plus 9 minus 4x squared minus 3x 9 minus 4x equals 15. So this part try expanding the bracket, or don't see directly.
Okay.
Even I also sometimes will write this bracket twice if the expansion is involving big numbers. So you will get when you expand, also try putting in the bracket to avoid mistake because of the negative thing.
Yeah.
Plus 16x squared, close bracket. And then this one, so you can expand minus 27x plus 12x squared is 15. So you will get 5x squared plus 81 minus 72x plus 16x squared minus 27x plus 12x squared is 15. So you group the like terms. So the like terms that you notice here is all with the square, x square. So 28, 33. And then the x is also a like term. 32x, 27x, you will get minus 99x.
Mm-hmm.
And then 15, you see here, you will get minus 15. So it's plus 66. Yeah. And then what will you divide this whole equation with? What number?
11.
Yeah, 11, correct. So 11 will come 3x squared minus 9x plus 6 is 0. Can you divide further?
By 3.
Yeah, correct. X squared minus 3x plus 2 is 0. So yeah, this is the simplest that we can go. So this one is easier to factorize. X. So what will you make your bracket? What's the combination?
Wait, can't see much.
X squared minus 3x plus 2 is 0. Put minus or plus?
Minus.
Yeah, correct. Minus, what number on the minus? What will give you number 2?
Minus 2.
Okay, 1 minus 2. Then the other side, x minus, right?
Yeah.
Minus 1, because 2 times 1 you will get 2 back. So 1 times 2 is the only combination possible to get 2. So then you will solve it. X minus 2 is 0 or x minus 1 is 0. X is 2 or x is equal to 1. And then don't forget, right, that you like suddenly get carried away. You only think you solve the question, remember you have another value to find y. So sub x is 2 into 3. Because you already divide this one, so it's easier, no need to sub back into 2 already. So let me see, y equals 9 minus 4, 2. You will get y is 1. And then you sub the other one also. X is 1 into 3. You will get y equal to 5. So can you leave your answer just like this?
Need to write conclusion.
Yeah, correct. So always remember that part. So they ask you coordinate the point of intersection, right? The question. So what will be your coordinate? Bracket what and bracket what?
Bracket 2 and
2 and?
what's the another one?
1. When you substitute 2, you get 1. So 1. And then the other one is 1. You will get 5. Yeah, correct. So where your marks are coming from? First mark is this 1. And then the second mark, you substitute this, you'll get the second mark. And then, let me see. From factorize this quadratic equation, you get this. And then your x value, you get fourth mark. And then your y value. And then both coordinates correct, 2 marks for that. That's your answer. So that's why you always remember this conclusion part, don't forget, because that one will give you also 2 more marks. And this one is 7 marks. How you score. Let's see, take picture of this. So I don't think I want to go into chapter 9 first, because only 9 minutes left. So why not we do this for one more simultaneous so that you can reduce your homework. Easier for you. Because I want to write Ishan. So if we enter new chapter now, it will be hanging like that. You won't know the full concept of it. So this one, so you try to solve.
Which one?
Wait, I write first. Let me see which one. I give the other one
Okay.
more attention to see whether you make any careless mistake again. Well, I'll send the picture in the group so that you can see.
Mm.
Because this one is not with you. This one was in our what? Exam paper 2, the first question. And this one also 5 marks. You see, they already cut down 2 marks from the previous question because you see, they just asked to solve. They didn't ask to find point of intersection. So that's why the earlier question plus 2 more marks to get 7. Here they reduced by 2 a bit. Can't just normal solving. I send private to you. Okay, son.
Wow.
So this one is actually quite a short one. It won't be that long.
Mm.
Any simultaneous equation also try you practice the what habit of giving the conclusion at the end, even if they didn't ask like the point of intersection also.
Mm-hmm.
This time you're getting your x value first also.
Yeah. Getting y.
Huh?
Getting y.
Okay. If you're getting y first means you expressed your first equation x in terms of y, right?
Yeah.
So make sure be careful because you have a fraction at the bottom there. So when expansion, you must be careful. This time try going to your final answer, like you tell me when x is what, y is what, the two possible pairs. So you be confident to answer. Which step you are now?
Mm, the gathering the same one.
Hmm. Actually, if you realize you actually took a tougher route actually to solve a question, but it's okay because it depends on your instinct in the exam. Like if you chose to express x in terms of y, that one is your choice, lah.
Mm.
Because the easier one, you saw the y there has no number in before it, so it's easier to actually express y in terms of x because it'll be a single term, won't have a what fraction over
But
something.
but how to remove the negative?
From what?
The y.
You express x in terms of y or y in terms of x?
I now doing the finding y.
Means you expressed x in terms of y, lah, the starting part. You want to remove, oh, because of the negative 5 plus y, right? That's why I actually did this way. But that it will make it a bit more difficult. I did the other way around. I express y in terms of x, which will be easier in the end. Because if you see y, 3x minus y is -5. You notice y here, there's nothing in front, right? The single term. So you will put negative y equals negative y equals -5 minus 3x. So that you have negative here, negative here, negative here. So what can you do to eliminate all the negatives? How you make the whole equation positive?
Times 1.
Times -1. Because negative and negative, you'll get positive. If you times 1, you'll still remain like this. So you have to make the whole thing positive. Means from negative y minus 5 plus minus 3x, you can make it y equals 5 plus 3x. Means you times the whole thing by -1. That you already eliminated all your negative sign by choosing this step. If you chose the other step, there is I don't think there's any way you can eliminate your negative. That's why I did it this way. So,
Yeah, there's a lot of friction.
huh?
There's a lot of friction.
Yeah, that's why you got the fraction because you did that way. So it'll be more tough. And there's a higher risk for error also. So sub 3 into 2. So wait, that's the second equation is this. X squared plus 5 plus 3x squared. Remember the square. When you express y here, when you start back, you must square also. So minus 2x minus 6, 5 plus 3x equals -5. So x squared plus, I'll expand directly this one. 25 plus 30x plus 9x squared minus 2x. This one be careful. So the second part of the expansion, minus 6 times 5 is minus 30. And then minus 6 plus 3x minus 1 plus, you will get minus. So minus 18x is -5. So from here, you simplify everything, x squared and 9x squared, group the like terms, you get 10x squared. And then 30x minus 2x minus 18x, you will get 10x plus 10x. 25, negative 30, -5. Bring the 5 this side, plus 5, you will get 0. So that's why this equation, you see, so easy. Straight away, you can already get the answer. So if 10x squared plus 10x equals 0, what you divide the whole equation with?
Wait, still finding so long.
Huh?
Still finding.
No, because you did different method. You won't get this one. Are you doing different method? 10x squared plus 10x equals 0. So you divide the whole thing by 10, right? Because you can simplify it. So you will get x squared plus x equals 0. From there, you can factorize. X squared plus x, the common term is x, right? So you take out the x. So you will get x plus 1 in a bracket. Because when you expand that, you get x squared plus x. So you get x is 0 or x plus 1 is 0. So x plus 1 is 0, x is -1. So this one you don't need to reject anything because both, so there's no condition here like length or anything. So when x is 0, y is equal to 5 plus 3 is 0, which is equal to 5. When x is -1, y is equal to 5 plus 3 -1. So y is 2. So there you have it. So remember the conclusion. When x is 0, y is 5. When x is -1, y is 2. Okay? That's your answer. So where the marks are coming from is when you derive this one 1 mark, and then you sub one of it here, 1 more mark, and then you factorize, you get either x value correct, you get 1 more mark, and then either y value correct, 1 more mark, and then your conclusion. Can be here also 1 more mark. The mark also can come when you factorize this one. So they can give you a mark depending on the scheme lah, how they want to do it. Okay, so that's how you do it.
I get this one.
Huh? Can show closer. Oh, you did the expansion one. Then you have to multiply the whole equation by 9 lah.
9. Okay.
Become more complex. So okay, that's it. So can you open your camera? I'll take picture.